Welcome to another episode of Squishy Science. We are this week's hosts, Bluey and Pinky, and this week we're going to be talking about the food chemistry of pie. Before we show you the experiment, we're going to go over our pre-experiment information, our hypothesis, vocab, initial observations, and variables for the experiment. Here are the vocab words for this week, followed by our variables, independent, dependent, and control. Here is our hypothesis, which is that the applesauce pie will be better than the water pie. Here are qualitative and quantitative data for the experiment. Now that we're all caught up, let's get into our procedure. The first thing we're going to do to make our pie is combine 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of sugar into a blender or food processor to combine them. Next, you want to add a stick and a half of butter chopped into pieces and 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening, also cut into 4 pieces after you've completely combine all these dry ingredients. And you're going to continue to pulse until the dough looks like cottage cheese. You've combined that and also added the last cup of flour. I switched to using a hand mixer, but after that you're going to add 1/2 cup of cold applesauce and a bit of water. And continue. And once you've added the water and applesauce and mixed it all together, you're going to divide the dough into 2. Flatten them into discs and wrap them in saran wrap, and you're going to refrigerate them for 45 minutes or up to 2 days. Let the crust sit overnight, so I'm going to be moving on to the filling. First, in a small bowl, combine the regular sugar, the brown sugar, the spices, and 3 tablespoons of flour. So I'm about to add the spices. Next, you're going to take 6 to 7 cups of thinly sliced peeled tart apples and toss them in a tablespoon of lemon juice. Then you'll add in your sugar mixture and toss to coat it. Then you'll take out your dough, line the pan with it, fill the pan with the filling, put the other slice of dough on top, and try to seal the edges as best you can. Then you have to beat an egg white and brush it over the top, and I put a couple things of butter on top because you're supposed to put them right under the top crust. And then you're going to cut slits in the top and loosely cover the edges of the pie with foil, and you're going to bake at 375 for 25 minutes. After you've baked for 25 minutes, you can take the foil off from around the edges of the pie and cook for another 20 to 25 minutes. And then this should be your finished product, so you need to rate from 1 through 10 the smell, texture, and the taste. And then you should make another pie and repeat all of the steps that we've already done and use water instead of the applesauce. So just use around 3/4 cup of water or 1/2 cup of water. We hope you were able to learn a thing or two about food chemistry from this experiment. And if you are a little one performing this experiment, make sure you have a parent to supervise you. See you next time on Squishy Science.